A little soft in the Golden Rose. I thought he stayed at 1400 metres, that extra run. I thought he was looking for the mile. I think he's the one they have to beat. And if you're looking for Ruffy, because I trust the Golden Rose form so much that I think Mullane will run an improved race.
So our audience from Bathurst have joined us here. That great race, of course. They'll be with us in just a moment, so we'll welcome them in for the Caulfield Guineas.
I thought Mullane looked a lot trimmer this time after he paraded today, so that's a really good sign as well for you, Ruffy.
That's good news indeed, and Mullane always delivered on grand final day.
He sure did. He absolutely did, Darren. So I like Golden Mile. I think the Sydney form's the best form. I think he's the right horse, but Barclay Square will be very strong, very, very strong late in the Caulfield Guineas. So it's been a magnificent day's racing. We welcome those viewers that have been watching Bathurst and they've come across for the 142nd running of the Caulfield Guineas. We've got a warm favourite in Golden Mile, but a strong second favourite in Barclay Square. Blake Shin's had 3 winners today, James McDonald's had 2, and James Cummings has had a remarkable 3 winners, all stakes races. Dean Lester, the top judge in Australia. Dean, who's going to win the Caulfield Guineas?
I think it'll be the James McDonald, James Cummings combination, Bruce. I think Golden Mile can win the Guineas. I do think the danger is Elliptical, and Blake Shin's had a magnificent day already, and he could cap it off with a win in the Guineas. They're the two for me, Golden Mile and Elliptical.
So McDonald and Shin for Dino. A market mover from PointsBet for the Caulfield Guineas, Daisy Thomas.
Yeah, the market suggesting that Barclay Square may cause a bit of an upset here. It's been best backed here at PointsBet into the $4.80 quote, best back late.
God, for Dan O'Sullivan, wouldn't that be something? A first Group 1 after all these years? Here's Matt Hill. He's got the call of the Classic.
Locked away. Set to gallop. Attended with Barclay Square. They're racing in the Guineas. Elkington Road from barrier number 2. The best away with Elliptical and also Golden Mile and Tijuana showing pace. The Fortune Teller settles behind those. Dashing the Bolter from the deep is pushing up with Lethal Thoughts. They were followed next by Barclay Square, who's one off the fence midfield as they climb the hill. Then came Mullane around it from Bankmore trying to find a position 3 deep. Amenable the fence, then Ozupenko. Meridius as well back, and they were followed by Skyfios. And last is Fujita Sand. So the leader is dashing, led by 3/4 of a length to Lethal Thoughts as they run off the back at the 1,000 metres. A length and a quarter the Fortune Teller, third outside of Elkington Road. 3/4 of a length Tijuana. Then came Elliptical. Golden Mile is spotting the lead, 6-1 off the fence. A length and a half Mullane. Then came in between horses Barclay Square. Sir Bailey the fence at the 800 metres. A length Bankmore, Amenable, and then came Skyfios, Ozupenko, Meridius. Fujita San is last. So the front runner is dashing. 600 metres to go. Looks to dial it up by a half length to Lethal Thoughts. A length and a half the Fortune Teller. Elkington Road the inner. Then came Tijuana, who hooks out 4 deep from Mullane. Next in the field is Golden Mile. Elliptical runs up behind that wall, and then Sir Bailey. Lethal Thoughts dashing as they reach the 250, joined by the Fortune Teller. Then Tijuana. Golden Mile is coming on now down the middle of the track, and Bankmore from a long way back. Golden Mile up to Tijuana, then Elliptical. Golden Mile, 100 metres to go from Tijuana. Elliptical late. Golden Mile, Elliptical's driving. Golden Mile saw out the mile. Won the Guineas, beat Elliptical. Photo third between out wide Ozupenko and Barclay Square late. Then Elkington Road Meridius. Next to finish the Fortune Teller, who's run a huge race. So too dashing Amenable. Next Skyfios. And then came Sir Bailey. Bankmore pulls up quickly. Fujita San, Lethal Thoughts, and Mullane amongst the tail enders.
There's nothing he can't do, is it, James? Am I talking Cummings or McDonald? It doesn't matter, does it? The Godolphin Blue are having this magnificent day. It was a brilliant, brilliant ride because he was pocketed coming to the turn, and it took all his guile to get him home. 5 Group 1s for the season for McDonald. That's rare at this time. And for Cummings, a 4th stakes win at the one track on the one day. He's never done that before.
And he's perfectly named. He wins the Golden Mile, doesn't he? So Golden Mile wins the Caulfield Guineas with a J-Mac Classic. Just when Jamie Carr looked like she was going to pinch it, Tijuana's run some sort of race, then Elliptical flashes late, and then Chris Waller with Osipenko has ridden quiet today, flashes late over the top, and Berkeley Square is in there in the mix as well. It was a classic Caulfield Guineas, and for James McDonald, 70 career Group 1s. He is quite the talent.
What did Dino say about McDonald and Shin?
Yeah, he gets it right again.
It was a great race. It took a lot of McDonald's riding. It took a lot of heart from the horse, didn't it? He didn't accelerate past them at a greater notch, but he always looked like he'd win over the last furlong.
He did. He's got a little bit he's a little bit backwards. I remember going to the stable to meet this horse, and they said he's not the sort of sharpest tool in the shed. He's got loads of ability, but his greatest asset is he's able to settle. And the way that McDonald got the best out of him, of course, that's 3 Caulfield Guineas now for James McDonald, 2 for James Cummings. He's able to win it with Animo and able to win it with this wonderful horse.
Speaking of James Cummings, that's where we're going right now, Lizzie.